What's up and welcome back to Cleats to Whistle podcast. I am your host, Brad Valdez. We are here, Seneca Park, here in Louisville, Kentucky. We have the owner of Derby City Dynamite, Thelma Banks, and we have Nicole Lockett. Okay, what position do you play?
Running back, outside linebacker.
Oh, okay. I was just watching your hit and then like the All-Star game. It was a pretty good one.
Thank you.
So just have fun with this. This is just for to give you guys some exposure, and hopefully we can make something happen for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So here we go. We're just gonna get into the questions. Like I said, Thelma is the owner of Derby City Dynamite. How did that come about?
Well, so when I lived in Belgium, I used to play rugby, and I was listening to the only radio station, American radio station that we had, and they were talking about women's tackle football. So when I came back to the States, I moved here to Kentucky, to Fort Knox, and I ended up finding out we had a women's rugby team. So while I was out here practicing, I found out we had a women's tackle football team right next to the rugby team. So I was like, oh, let me go try my skills out. So I came over, I tried out back in 2004, made the team, and we played with the Kentucky Karma. That was the name at that time until about 2010. The owner decided he wanted to sell the team, but the colors was baby blue, purple, and white, and I didn't feel like that was a Louisville type team.
Right.
So, I changed the name and I changed the color scheme and I tried to change our identity to make us into a more aggressive type team, and that's how Derby City Dynamite came about.
Dynamite, impressive, man. I love the logo. I like the little guy with the ball and had what is it? A stick of dynamite?
Yeah, it is. Dynamite.
Oh, okay. And Nicole, what made you get into playing football?
So I actually found out about the team from Flag. I was playing in a Flag league, and T&M used to come out, kind of watch it. But two of the girls that were actually on my team for Flag said that they were going to a tryout for tackle football, and I didn't believe them. So then when I came out, I was kind of stuck from there.
There you go. It just sticks to you, right?
It does.
Well, and it's crazy. Like why were you in Belgium?
So I was actually married to somebody in the Army, and we were stationed in Belgium.
Oh, okay. And with kickoff coming up, what is it, the April 27th, right?
Yes, sir.
Hey, how are you guys feeling about the team? And well, actually, how was like your mental and your health, man? You know what I mean? Are you mentally ready?
Oh, yeah.
Are you healthy?
Yeah. So last season kind of left a bad taste in my mouth when it comes to the team. So I just made it a mission within myself that I was going to be in my best health mentally, physically, emotionally. I was going to put it all on the line. So ever since around about July the 5th, I've been I changed my diet. I've been doing 2-a-day workouts, just trying to get ready for my team, because I always say, like, I put my teammates on my shoulders. Like, I put the girls on my shoulders. My sisters they're everything to me. So they look up to me as a leader. They look up to me as a role model. So as a captain of this team, I can't tell them that I want to come out and make a difference if mentally I wasn't getting myself prepared. So, yeah, it's personal this year.
There it is. I love it, man. Like I said, April 27th, and you actually are on the road up in Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
Now going through that, how do you guys travel to your away games?
So most of the time when we travel to away games, we take 15 passenger vans, and then some of the team drives up. It's super expensive to try to rent coaches, so we have to get there how we get there and do what we do when we do.
Wow. And for if somebody wanted to help, support Derby City Dynamite, how would they contact you? Would like Facebook? Are you on X or what's your social?
Hey, we are on everything. We're on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, X, website. We're on everything, honestly. And I think the best part of all of that, honestly, is that we're a 501c3. So it's more than about just football here on the field. It's about giving back to the community. It's about showing women that they can do anything that they set themselves up to do, right? So it's mind over matter. If you don't mind, it don't matter, period. So, if somebody wanted to help out, they can go to our Facebook, which is Derby City Dynamite Women's Tackle Football. We have two Facebook pages. They can also go to our website, which is www.derbycitydynamite.com. They can go to our Instagram, which is Derby City Dynamite Women's Tackle Football. They can go to our TikTok, Derby City Dynamite Women's Tackle Football. Look up Derby City Dynamite, and you will find us.
Nice. Okay, and Nicole was actually the first like player ever, like male or female, to be on the international team.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and you know what I mean. Shine some light on that, man. How did that happen?
So if it wasn't for Thelma just having the dream to continue this team, like none of that would be possible. So I always have to make sure that I give my shout out to her because I've been with her since Derby City started. Like I started with her in Kentucky Karma, but with WFA International, it's so unreal because we're actually making a difference in girls' lives and taking football to another country and actually showing them American football. So I was chosen to be the first women or male tackle football player to join an international team in Colombia. So I'm on Team Colombia as well as Derby City.
Nice. And with this opportunity that you're giving these ladies too is, you know, you're playing internationally too. So you can travel with and man, that's exciting. And that's, you know what I mean, and it's phenomenal that you guys are inspiring like young girls that would want to play this game. You know, and that's the whole thing. I told Coach T, I said I have like 6 god kids that are little girls. They're, you know, I want to go play that game.
Yes.
You know, I have one that wrestles and she's a little monster, but so it's just crazy seeing that, you know what I mean, you ladies are out here being an inspiration to a little girl, you know what I mean? So that's awesome. Shout out your support staff. Who supports you?
Man, so this year, well, I would say over the last couple of years, we're really starting to get people to take notice. So in 2021, we won the national championship. We're the first basically the first professional team to ever bring a championship back to the state of Kentucky. So first, Mayor Fisher gave us Derby City Dynamite Day on September the 2nd every year. So that kind of began to make people take notice of us. Right. So I know Nicole's job definitely sponsors us every year. It's Ellison Badenhausen Orthopedics. We have Limb Walker out. They do the beach volleyball out at King Louis. We have Rail Yards Billiards and Rail Yards Sports Pub and Billiards. They sponsor us. Aspirations Fitness Institution has always supported us. This year we're going to be playing at Holy Cross. They've been instrumental in helping us get a field here in Louisville where people can get to and come out and support us. Wink, wink. But you know, we are a grassroots team. And we need grassroots sponsors to help us to continue to be successful.
Yeah. And who supports you, like personally, like on a personal level? You know, shout out, you know what I mean, whoever's there to support you.
I can honestly say I do have a strong support system, and it helps. I have coworkers, my sister, my nephew, my niece. They don't miss a game. I don't care if it's snowing, raining, thunderstorming. Like, they're going to be out here. My fiance, she has been, because it takes a strong person to date somebody that's in this sport, because it does take a lot of our time. It takes a lot. Whether it's practice today, extra practice on another day, the gym days that I'm doing. So she actually used to play with us, but she doesn't play anymore. But just having somebody that supports me in trying to get better healthy-wise, like, she helps with the team as much as possible. Like, she's always on the phone with T, like, what do you need? What does Derby City need? So to have that support system is everything.
Yeah, that's awesome. And who's like you personally? Who's there?
Man, so throughout the years, a lot of different people have supported me, but my fiance also plays. So whenever, she helps me as far as that goes. My kids have worked almost every event that we have. I kind of mandatold them, like they're voluntold that they have to help out. So again, like Nicole said, your families are instrumental in helping you to be successful and stay successful. Because if they don't show up, that's basically who our biggest support is. That's who's in the stands, and that's why we're always looking for fans. We want to show you that women can play football just like the guys can, right? It's big hits. It's fights. I mean, it's everything out there on the field. There's passing, throwing, kicking. I mean, it's a little bit of everything. So I think it's just really important for people to come check it out for themselves.
Yep. And with you guys, I've heard you guys have like a few new players that like you are looking at and be like, yo, just keep going. It's going to be better. Who would you spotlight?
So I can honestly say, and anybody on our team will tell you, like, all of our rookies. Like, because I feel like our rookies are the core of our team. If it wasn't for the rookies, like, we couldn't continue to do this, because, of course, we're vets. We're getting old. Like, this is, like, my 16th season doing this. So, like, and I'm 41 years old. But I've always taken hold of the rookies. So we have some powerful rookies coming out. So just watch. Just wait and see.
So name one that you know.
I mean, there's two that's here right now, but Lacey and Alana, like they're just, to me, they're sponges. They're willing to learn. They don't ever miss a practice. Like, ever since they signed up for it, they're here. And one of them, like Alana, she traveled from Cincinnati to come here, but you tell her what to do, she's gonna go do it. Like, you tell her to put in the work, like, she's gonna put in the work. Like, I started this, like I said, the two-a-days right up until we play, and she lives in Cincinnati, and she makes sure that she records and says, I'm in here too. So it's players like that just make it so much better.
It makes it worth it.
Yeah. And who would you spotlight if you could?
So, like Nicole said, it's the rookies. Because, again, every single year, I think the year we won the championship, that season, as soon as our season was over, we went to Canton with 25 players, 18 people retired. 18. We lost 18 people. Mm-hmm. And then the next season, we gained 18. And if they were not just as strong, they were better than the people that we lost. So every single year, we're picking up new talent, young talent, fresh talent, people who want to be here, who want to be dedicated, who want to learn. And that's instrumental in playing any kind of team sport, especially football, which is contact. You got to be able to trust that person who stands next to you, and the rookies are here for it. So, about two weeks ago, one of the rookies posted on our Facebook group, and she was like, I'm counting down the days to the game. We got 37 days, 2 minutes, 3 hours, whatever. And I was like, oh, my God, this is the type of player that we're looking for. Yep. The one that wants to play, who wants to be here. We don't want to have to beg anybody, because then they're not going to be committed. They're not going to be dedicated. But those ones that want to be here, that's what we're looking for.
Right. And how do you guys recruit talent? Are you guys looking for like flag, like the girls coming out of flag, or how are you just trying to find talent?
Man, so it's a hard one. So I used to go to every single flag year for like 10 years. I mean, a flag game for like 10 years. Mm-hmm. Nicole knows I used to be there in my Derby City stuff, handing out cards. And I will honestly say most flag girls do not translate to tackle well, right? But to me, almost any athlete can be converted to a tackle football player. You need big. You need small. You need fast. You need tall. You need anybody who wants to play this sport, there's a place for him. Mm-hmm. Anybody who wants to play this sport, there's a place for him. Sometimes you meet girls and they're like, oh my God, I'm too big. I can't run track, or I can't make the bases in softball, or I got some place for you. Yep. Right here on this offensive line or defensive line. I got some place for you.
Right.
But, so, we practice here in the park. Sometimes we'll see people running around. I always ask our girls, especially our veterans, to have a 30-second elevator speech ready. Any female that I see that looks like she has played any type of sport before in her life, or an ounce of athleticism, I'll say, hey, do you play sports? And, a lot of girls, especially after they've graduated high school and college, there's nothing left to do. There's some club softball teams. There's a little bit of volleyball here and there, but there's not a lot of organized sports for them. So I'm telling you, we're here.
I love it. And what do you do? Do you get on social media and post, or how do you try to advance? Because I know, like you said, 16 years. Yeah. You're taking that step out. So how are you going to try to keep this team going?
Well, that's the same thing that she was saying. Like, so when I'm not playing tackle, I'm playing flag, I'm playing kickball, I'm playing volleyball. Like, I'm in some sort of sport. So that actually helps to motivate and to recruit. But also, I think my job. So because I work at an orthopedic office, I see athletes all day. So I have a picture that's actually up on my wall in my office, and it's all football. So when they see that, it's an automatic conversation. So and a lot of people still don't know that we even exist.
Yep.
So just me being in the career that I'm in, that really helps, because then I can speak about Derby City, speak about everything that we're doing, and that brings a lot of women, because they're like, what? No, y'all really don't. And then that just sparks the
No,
conversation.
Nicole,
so.
the first question we get is, so do you wear lingerie?
Yes.
And I
Is
said,
this
what
a
would
lingerie?
this look like in lingerie?
Oh, my
Right
God.
now? Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Now, with you being the owner, you know what I mean? Are you thinking about, well, both of you actually? You know what I mean? You're not the owner, but I'm saying like is coaching like in your future?
Nicole already coaches, man. Don't
Is-
let her fool you.
Yeah,
Nicole
just a player
probably-
coach, huh?
Well, she probably has one of the best football minds in anybody that I've ever met, especially as being a female. She is one of the best football minds. She sees things before they happen. You know, like I'm on the offensive line, and she'll be like, oh, okay, this and that's open, or someone's coming. I'm like, how do you know that? She's like, oh, I could see it. And I'm looking at them too, and I'm like, well, I don't see it. So how do you see this? But as far as coaching goes, I already help on the offensive line. Like Lockett said, she's 41. I'm 51. I have a grandson. Like, honestly, I believe the only reason that I'm still able to play is because of the position that I play. But I'm on my way out. Like, it's no secret. You know what I'm saying? But I think that coaching is definitely, because one, we're females. We know how to pique the female interest or the female mind. We used to have a coach, and Lockett will remember, and he used to say, the only difference between my women football players and my men football players is the women want to know why. And the guys just be like, okay, coach, and or like Roy will say, the guys will tell you there is nothing they can't do. He's 700 pounds and he's not running at 40 in 10 seconds. But
Right.
he'll tell you, coach, I got it. The women will be like, nah, coach, I don't think I can do it. But that's what I think keeps us going. Also, when you look at the NFL, it is progressing. It's changing. We have women coaches in the NFL. Jennifer King played in our league. Callie Bronson played in our league. Coach, what's her name? Out of New York, Coach Rowe.
Yeah.
She played in our league. Like, it's amazing to see the progression. You have them in the NCAA now. You have them in the NFL, and there's always room for improvement. There's always room for growth, and there's always room for women. Period.
Yeah. And I just got a few more questions, and we'll get you guys out of here. With you playing, what's one thing that you learned about yourself?
So my rookie year, honestly, it was a hard year for me, just because I didn't really know much about the sport. Like, I know I liked it, but I wasn't able to see the field, like Thelma was saying. And so if it wasn't for her, like, I would have quit my rookie year because it was just too much. But then I made a pact to myself, like, you're going to learn everything it is to know about this game. And ever since then, like she said, like, I feel like football has made me stronger. It has made me more confident in myself. Like, my self-esteem is so much better. And then the family that I get from playing this sport is everything. But my dream is to coach. Of course, I want to be a coach of Derby City because this is where it started for me. And then I would love, like, my dream is to coach at a college level or at NFL level, because I do feel like I can outcoach some of the men, some of the best of them.
There we go. I love it.
So yeah,
I love it. And Thelma, what about you? What did you learn? What have you learned about yourself playing this game?
And I think the biggest thing is perseverance, and family. Like I said, I play a lot of contact sports. Even when I play rugby, the camaraderie with the rugby team is still not the same as a football team. Mm-hmm. So, I think that my calling is to help people achieve things in life that they otherwise wouldn't be able to do. And this is one of those things. So, I'm getting to live my dream through not only being able to play all these years and, the different accolades, but also being able to see these young women play.
Yeah, it is. Look, it's nasty. If you see in the camera that it's raining around here, man, they are out here fired up, getting ready for practice. Just a few more questions. Goals. We all set those goals. What is a personal goal you have for yourself this upcoming season?
So my personal goal is always, of course, to continue to be the leader that I am for my team. I really want to see us go back to the championship and win it, just because I feel like we're doubted by so many, but I feel like that doubt is what motivates us. Again, last season wasn't a good season for us, but we have
It was
always
COVID.
but we've always, like, Derby City has always worked hard for everything that we've gotten. So I just feel like, for me personally, it's just to help take us back to the championship, whether that's being the best that I can be every snap, every position that I play. Like, I am put in a whole lot of different positions because that's just what type of player I am. But I just want to be healthier than I've ever been. I want to be faster than I've ever been. I want to be stronger than I've ever been. And I really want us to be back in that D2 championship.
Let's go. Let's go. Do you have any? Same? Ditto? Or
Yeah, so like Nicole said, we are always the underdog, and we are the most hated. Like, they hate us. They call us Dirty City. They call us a lot of stuff. And while they're busy telling me we can't, I'm going to show you why we can.
Yeah.
Period.
So how did you guys get that tag?
name?
Yeah, that tag.
I think it was the style of football. When we were the Kentucky Karma, oh my God, Nicole, those were the nightmare days, right? We were getting beat by teams 77-0. It was really, really hard on us, right? And the girls that ended up sticking around, I promised them to give them something different. So we went out, we looked for different types of coaches. The coach that we used to have with that team, he looked for people who could afford to play football, not people who wanted to play football. And that's a big difference, right? Because some people who can afford to play football probably shouldn't be on the football field. They might need to be in the library, right? But then you have some people that couldn't afford to play football, but guess what? They came out here and they were busting heads to the white meat. When I tell you, our very first season, nobody beat us by more than 3 points. No, nobody scored more than 3 points on us that season. Yeah. Now, I ain't gonna lie, our offense wasn't crap. Like, we couldn't bust a grape in a fruit fight. But our defense was killing people. And people were like, oh my God, why do y'all play like that? Why do you guys my middle linebacker, she played college football. She had a scholarship to play college football. She was slamming people through the dirt, and when she comes, they get scared. They get nervous. So they was like, oh, you're dirty. No, she played football with intensity. Everything she did was intentional. So that was the difference in the type of team that we came out as, right? Now, we need to clean some things up, some of our language, some of our actions, right? And we did clean those things up, and we became more disciplined because football requires discipline and structure, right? Just like, any successful business, household, whatever. Mm-hmm. And as we clean those things up, now we're winning championships. Yes. Now we're going to Canton to the Hall of Fame two times in 2 years, right? The second year we went, we lost to Denver by 1 point. But I'm proud to say that, one, we went back to Canton with 18 rookies, right? Mm-hmm. Two, we had 7 fumbles in that game, 7 turnovers in that game. We fumbled in the end zone. We beat ourselves, right? When we went to Canton, they had 10 coaches and 45 players. And, it was just amazing. We had one coach. We had 26, 27 players. And, you can only play 11 on the field. But honestly, they should have blew us out the water, and they didn't. I think it was probably the most exciting game the WFA has ever seen. They tuned in more so for that game than they tuned in for the D1 National Championship game.
Wow.
So
amazing. And let's talk about the coaching staff here. You know what I mean? Show them guys some love. You know what I mean? How are they, they pushing you?
So,
show some love.
One thing I can honestly say about what T was saying about the difference in the coaching staff, yes, we were taught to hit hard. Don't let this girl move. Don't let her off the line. Don't do this. But like she said, we needed discipline. Mm-hmm. So when Coach Roy came in to coach us, it was one game, and it looked like one of our girls was going to get into a fight. He stopped us at that game, and he said, I will not coach y'all not another time if y'all don't get disciplined. And he said, because I won't coach that. I won't put my name behind something like that. Yeah. So that year was the year that we won the championship game, and we came out. We still going to reign that pain, but at the same time, we're not cussing, we're not acting up, we're not getting put out of games, we're not, officials even start looking at us differently, whoa, what happened to y'all? So it helps. And especially when you have sponsors, you want to make sure that we're putting out a good product, and then by Coach Terry being our first female coach, that's a difference. Like you see a female coach coming out and actually coaching us. Of course, we're going to always look. And then we got our hype man, Collie. Like he's one of those coaches. Like
He's a party in the end zone.
literally, like if we're scoring, he's running that 99 yards with us. If we make a sack on the field, you're going to know he hears us. Like he's one of those, but he doesn't miss a beat when it comes to coming out here with us. He'll get in drills with us. I don't care what drill it is. You're going to see Coach Collie in the drill with us. Giving a shout out to Coach Jay and Coach Daniel, who are our line coaches. Whenever we don't have enough people that shows up at practice, they will put shoulder pads on and get in the trenches with us. You can't ask for a better staff than that because I feel like they all support us. So
Awesome.
And I think like my biggest shout out was for Coach Roy, right? And a lot of people, so he's a controversial coach, and I'll tell you why. One of the reasons I love Roy is I had tried to get Roy a couple years, and he was like, first I said, hey, you want to be my offensive coordinator? He was like, nope. I was like, okay. So then I said, hey, you want to be my defensive coordinator? He was like, nope. I was like, oh, okay. So then the next year I was like, you want to be my head coach? He was like, sure. He was like, so one thing about Coach Roy is he is a football genius. I mean, I've never seen a coach who is on the sideline and when your quarterback runs off the field to get ready to get the play, he's like, all right, so we're going to run I want you to tell Nicole to do this, and you tell T to do this, and you tell, and the quarterback runs back out there, and we're like, what's the plan? And she's like, okay, Nicole, you're going to do this. And T, we're looking at her like, that is not going to work. Like, what? And but guess what? It works. Like, he dissects the football game, and he enjoys coaching against the other coach. It's not about coaching against another team. It's coaching against that other coach and showing him he's superior. He told us when we first came out, and this is why I have a lot of respect for him. He said, hey, so I'm just going to tell you guys one thing about me. He said, I promise to always be honest, but I'll probably never be fair. And people were like, well, what do you mean? He said, my best 11 are going to play. So they were like, well, Coach, can I play offense? If you wanted the best 11. Coach, can I play defense? If you wanted the best 11. Coach, can I play special teams? There's probably a place for you on special teams. But he doesn't care. Like, he gives everybody an opportunity to prove themselves. And as long as you're one of the best 11, you will play for him. You know what I'm saying? And again, he eats, sleeps, and drinks football. One day we called him, and he was doing a Zoom meeting for us, and you could see on his wall he has like 5 different TVs watching 5 different games. Now, I don't know how he does it. Like, I can't pay attention to one, you know what I'm saying? But he's a mastermind when it comes down, and he's taken us to 2 trips to Canton. Both years he's coached us, we've gone to Canton, and we're hoping to get back to Canton again this year.
There we
not
go.
Not to watch, but to play.
Yes. Okay, and like, you put a lot of stress, what I mean, as players. You know what I mean? How do you deal with that?
So I actually think I use football as my stress reliever. With everything that I have going on at work, like, no, I don't have a physical job, but mentally working with people every day, like, it is a mental thing. But I kind of use football as just my outlet. Like, if I'm having a bad day, if I just need to release, like, I can legally come out here and hit somebody and okay, we just leave it on the field, so that's what motivates us to just keep coming, because we don't look at it as a stressor. Like, yeah, does it stress us out sometimes trying to get people to practice, or, we got a game coming up, trying to travel 6 hours to play in a game, all of that. But at the same time, once we get out here, we have a ball. Like, I'm one of those that, my mouth goes. Mm-hmm. And so, like, I literally use it as just that, I come out here and I have a ball.
Yeah, and so for me, for stress,
being an owner,
like Nicole said, right. So I have so many stressors when it comes down to making sure the team is ran properly, making sure we have the coaching staff, the field, the refs, the other team coming. Like, there's a lot of stressors when it comes down to that. But what I can say is these ladies afford me the opportunity that once I step on the field, I'm a player. And it gives me the opportunity. So if I had a bad day at work, guess what? Nose guard, you're finna get slapped. Like, You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, so like she said, being able to come out here and physically exert yourself and physically get those frustrations out is really, really helpful. We'll see people come to practice in a bad mood. I mean, like, super bad. And by the time they leave practice, they're laughing and joking, and and so I believe that it's healthy for a lot of these women. And I believe in my heart that every single woman that has ever been a part of this team has needed this sport in one way or another.
Wow. One more question. Hobbies outside of football.
So, hobbies outside of football. I work a lot. I work for the Army. Yesterday, I just went and briefed Congress. So, work is a big hobby of mine, and it's taking care of veterans. So that's what I do in my pastime when I'm not playing football. But what else? I love to paint.
Yes,
So
and she's good at it.
Stuff like that. I'll pretty much I'll try anything once. I'm an adventurous at heart. I want to go skydiving. I want to go jet skiing. I want to do all that stuff. Anything. Yeah, I ride motorcycles. I mean anything once.
There we go.
With me, like I said, when I'm not playing tackle football, I'm in some type of sport, whether it's flag football, kickball leagues, volleyball leagues, and then I also love to write. So I write poems. I'll, do all of that. So I never sit still. So I'm always doing something. I love anything that has to do with kids. So I also coach Little League football. So because we're off seasons, it gives me a chance to still coach, still mentor youth. And I've been doing that, and I also coach Little League basketball as well. So
Phenomenal episode. Phenomenal episode. And this is what it's about is trying to use my platform, you know what I mean, to share your guys' story. You know what I mean? Do something for you guys that just maybe that 1% that will help you guys out.
Hey,
Yes,
you
sir.
know,
You know?
if we talk to 100 people, we might pique one or two people's interest. So it's about getting the word out, period, to whoever, whenever. I don't care if somebody's grandma wants to come to a game. Come out, enjoy yourself. We want to provide an opportunity and an experience that your 6 godchildren haven't had before. That they, oh my goodness, we got to go back to that. That was awesome. And I find that a lot of times people are once they've come to a game, they're coming back. So last year, funny story, Nicole knows my brother was getting ready to get married. And he had all of his bachelor guys. They was coming to Louisville, right, to go out. So he was like, so we're going to go to my sister's football game. And they're like, yeah, okay. Whatever. And he's like, no, it's like Jerry Springer. You got a little bit of fight, a little bit of action. He's like, they throw, they run, they kick. He was like, so, during the game, we're playing Nashville, and it's a drag them out, slug them, knock them down, like crazy game. And when the guys got ready to leave that night, they were like, oh, let us know when you're in our city because we're coming back. And, they was like, it was some Jerry Springer in there, and it was some, But, I mean, again, we want it fun. We want it friendly, family friendly. We want to invite everybody in the community to come out. Even if you don't live in our community, come out. We live stream the games. We need support. We're trying to support these young ladies and show them that, hey, we're here. We're not going anywhere. We want to bring the next team to your city. You know what I'm saying? So we need your support.
Yeah, phenomenal episode. I really appreciate it, and best of luck this season. But if you can come out and support, the first home game is at Holy Cross, but it is
April the 11th against the St. Louis Slam.
May the 11th.
Oh, May the 11th. You guys know I'm a little bit. May the 11th against the St. Louis Slam. We have based our team in the way that we've grown off of how the Slam play football. That will be a knock 'em out, drag 'em game. There's going to be a lot of action. There's going to be a lot of passing. There's going to be a lot of running. There's going to be a lot of hitting in that game. They're a very, very good team. They have won the D2 championship 5 years in a row. Now they're in a division higher than us, but we're always chasing that tail because we want to be there.
Well, thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Thelma. Very, very, very fun episode. I'm glad I came out. But if you guys ever need anything from
Come
me,
to a game.
Yeah, for sure. We will. If I can, I'll try to go.
No,
we'll
go
try to go
live.
live.
Yeah.
Yeah. So May 11th, 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock, May 11th, Holy Cross High School, home of the, what are they? The Thoroughbreds? The
Cougars.
Cougars. Home
Yeah.
of the Cougars. Look, don't kill me.
Yeah.
Eric Dick, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Not Cougars. Home of the Cougars, brand new stadium. It looks amazing.
Yeah, beautiful.
So, yep, come out, support. If you can't come out, check out his podcast if he's out, or check us out live stream. If you go to our Facebook page, our website, our Insta, our TikTok, all of that, all the information will be posted. Right now, we're doing season tickets for sale. They're $25. You get 3 games and good action. And we're also doing jerseys. So if you have your favorite Derby City player, you can order a jersey. If you don't have a favorite player yet, but you have your own favorite number and your own name, we can put that on a jersey as well. Those orders will be going in on April the 10th. So hopefully you guys can help support.
There we go. Phenomenal episode. And like I always say, everyone has a story.
Thank you so much.
I'm here for them to tell it. Cleats to Whistle podcast.
Thank you.